Metaphors. When a bear is like a ballerina. Once a bear went ice skating. The bear was graceful. He seemed to float along. His smile was sweet. That story's okay, but isn't this next one more interesting? The bear was as graceful as a ballerina. He seemed to float along like a butterfly. His smile was as sweet as honey. What happened? We added similes. As graceful as a ballerina, like a butterfly, as sweet as honey. I'm as graceful as a ballerina. Similes compare two things. Those two things are different in most ways, but they are alike in one surprising or important way. Thing or person, bear, compared to a ballerina. How they are alike, both are graceful. Person or thing, bear, compared to butterfly. Both fly smoothly, both float smoothly. Smile, honey, both are sweet. A simile is an interesting way of describing something. It can clear things up. It can make a story funny. After all, how could a bear ever be like a butterfly? Only in a simile. I'm as sweet as honey. As white as snow. Some similes use the word as. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was as white as snow. My new blue blanket is as soft as a kitten. After the race, Claire's legs were as limp as noodles. My eyes are as big as saucers. Like a log. Some similes use the word like. These similes usually answer the question how. How did the dog sleep? The dog slept like a log. How fast did you run? I ran like the wind. These cookies taste like sawdust. Yuck! Long similes. A simile compares two things, but those things don't have to be objects. They can be entire activities, and they can take many words to explain. Looking for my sister in the mall is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I'm grounded all week. I feel like a bug trapped in a jar. People swarmed around the movie star like ants near a box of donuts. I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. More similes. We use similes all the time. Here are some more common similes. As cool as a cucumber, as cute as a button, as easy as ABC, as flat as a pancake, as old as the hills, as smooth as silk, fits like a glove, spreads like wildfire, sleeps like a baby, sparkles like a diamond, sticks out like a sore thumb, grows like weeds. I'm as light as a feather. Simile jokes. Similes can make good jokes. They compare things that are very different. How is a rabbit like a cornstalk? They both have big ears. How is a baby like an old car? They both have a rattle. How are pancakes like a baseball team? They both need a good batter. Do you know any other simile jokes? Batter up! My mind's a sponge. Her home is her castle. That kid never stops eating. He's a bottomless pit. Those sisters are two peas in a pod. In each example, the colored words create a metaphor. Metaphors are like similes. They compare two different things that are alike, and in one important way. However, a metaphor doesn't use like or as. In a metaphor, one thing is just is something. Swim like a fish and eat like a pig. Can you swim like a fish? Does your cousin eat like a pig? Similes and metaphors often use animals. We usually give animals certain traits. Whales are big and pigs are messy or greedy. Sometimes the animals really have these traits. Sometimes they are untrue or exaggerated. Whales really are big, but pigs are actually quite clean. Here are some more animals and their traits. Which ones do you think are exaggerated? Chicken, fearful, cowardly. Lion, brave. Mule, stubborn. Owl, wise. Ox, strong. Peacock, proud. Weasel, sneaky. You're such a chicken! Life is just a bowl of cherries. Many songs and poems use metaphors. Some of those metaphors have become common sayings. Metaphor, you are my sunshine, meaning you are a bright spot in my life. Do you know any songs or poems with metaphors or similes? Life is a bowl of cherries. That means life is fun. Here's the glossary and the index. When you have time, make sure you play the quiz game.